welcome everybody to this week's Market Share, the short weekly segment brought to you by MKR, where we bring you all the noteworthy news and updates surrounding digital media and the world today. I'm your host Genevieve, and we've got some splendid stories for you today, so let's get started. First up today, the German brewer BRLO has delivered quite a noteworthy spoof on a story we talked about just a couple of weeks ago. The brewer recreated the Jeremy Allen White Calvin Klein commercial, except with some hilarious twists, like the model that was used in the spot, who's still working it if you ask me. The spot almost exactly mirrors the timing of the Calvin Klein spot, just with a differently sized model that is serving the same looks in his tighty-whities. Although the spot came out fashionably late compared to the original, it was still close enough in time, and the original had created so much buzz that the vortex around the campaign was still relevant. To tie into another one of our recent stories, the brewery behind the ad was promoting a new non-alcoholic beer, definitely not the first of its kind, named Naked. Hello finally to the tie-in to the spot. We think this is super clever advertising and a perfect example of being timely in these cases, but sadly there may not be the same buzz around that couch. Next up, we have an update that marketers are really going to want to tune into. Let's dive into what you can expect as Google begins to roll out conversational AI in search ads. A week ago, Google rolled out the previously announced conversational experience powered by Gemini AI. And in early tests, advertisers were able to build higher quality search campaigns with less effort. Any marketer's dream. The conversational experience enables people to generate relevant content, including both creative and keywords from just a website URL, meaning that your ads can go from a poor rating to a good or excellent ad strength, almost instantaneously. This will be especially helpful for small businesses that can't necessarily afford a marketing agency or even a marketing expert to help them with their campaigns. Obviously, this is a win for the small business community, and potentially for many other size companies as well. But easier access to tools like this likely means more competition overall. Small business advertisers that have used the conversational experience are 42% more likely to publish search campaigns with good or excellent strength, instead of a large business with unlimited access to marketing experts, versus the small business that just learned how to use Google Ads. Small businesses will be able to fight back by working smarter, not necessarily harder. An estimated 84% of queries on Google search will eventually be boosted by generative AI. But what you should probably care about more is the $40 million per year in ad revenue that will be impacted. Last up today is the new mob wife aesthetic here to stay. In case you were wondering, no, Max is not behind the trend for the 25th anniversary of The Sopranos, but the company is definitely not mad about it. So in case you aren't aware of how the mob wife aesthetic came around, it's closely based on channeling your inner Carmela Soprano with animal prints and gold jewelry, which is definitely a departure from the clean girl aesthetic we've been hearing so much about for the past several months. Max has said that the aesthetic trend is something they've been looking at, and that they certainly appreciate it, especially as they try to raise The Sopranos in the cultural conversation. Last week, HBO posted a collage of Adriana Lacerva's most memorable looks with the caption, "Why aren't we talking more about the mob girlfriend aesthetic?" Which is exactly how you should lean into something like this, especially when it happens organically. That's all for this week's Market Share. My name's Genevieve, and I'll see you all next week. But definitely. So in case you aren't aware of how the mob wife no.